Earlier on, I had a globe-believing pilot visit the channel trying to refute one of my videos involving the SR-71, where essentially I used the SR-71 flying at top speed for an hour and involved the globe mathematics to highlight how silly this globe Earth theory is. This pilot was trying to defend that video. And of course, as I'm always going to do, I'm always going to bring it back to the very bare fundamentals, whether that be practical demonstrations or in this case, the globe mathematics. And of course, the plane flying at full speed, 2,200 miles an hour, based on an hour's flight, would have travelled 2,200 miles. But according to the globe maths now, this is where it gets silly. Based on 1 hour's flight, that plane would have needed to account for 570 miles of curve or drop between the 2 points of reference. Point A being the start of the hour, point B being 60 minutes later, the end of the hour. And according to the maths, there's 570 miles of drop between those 2 points of reference. When you break it down to get a rough estimate based on an hour's flight, breaking it down to a minute and then a second, it turns out, according to the globe maths, that the plane, when flying at 2,200 miles an hour, based on 1 hour's flight, according to the globe, needs to drop on average 836 feet a second to remain level on the ball. That's not only ridiculous, but that's physically and scientifically impossible. And that's why very few people come to defend that video, because they can. And when they do, I always bring them back to the mathematical fundamentals their model states, based on an hour's flight. And of course, it destroys it. But most of the people that come to defend it can't be honest. They can't give you the miles and feet breakdown. They want to talk degrees. That's how dishonest, that's the sophist argument these people want to produce to try and delude themselves and their viewers. It's very sad, lads. I'm not interested in degrees. You can give it to me in degrees if you want, but I also want it in feet and miles. I've obviously done that myself anyway, using your own model. And of course, the results of which highlight how ridiculous your model is, which is why you need to cite it in degrees to try and dampen it down at how absurd your model is. And that is why I don't really have much respect for people who represent the globe online, because they have nothing but dishonesty in their heart, whether it be the trolls or the content producers. I say content, the propagandists. So again, this plane destroys the globe using its own top speeds and of course using the globe mathematics. And what it does when you use it in an argument is highlights and weeds out all the liars, all the delusionists and all the dishonest people on task. So keep using it. If anyone tries to refute you, bring them back and ask them how much curve this plane needs to encounter based on 1 hour's flight. I guarantee you, if they're honest, they'll give you the mathematical figures, which of course highlight how absurd the globe is. Most of them won't. Well, everyone I've met won't online. They want to talk degrees. They want to push the sophist argument, which dampens it down and try not to make this globe look as ridiculous as the maths make it look when you use this plane. The globe. I mean, I can't take these people seriously. I really can't. There's no science. Nothing whatsoever. Just stories. And even the globe maths is ripped to shreds when we use real-world practical references like the SR-71 or any fast plane for that matter. Oh dear.